Shalom. I'm the brother Kwatazap Sayan, coming back through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai with another lesson. But before I go on, I want to say Kal Halal Yamla Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Reka Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us the truth and who rule well. Peace and citations unto the Hakim that is spread around the four corners of the earth, spreading this word in sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the elect of Israel. Kanakim. So today I want to speak about how this modern day, what is this? Gesture is all demonic, man. It goes back to rebelliousness, you know. It goes back to demons, you know. Because you see all these, look at this, all these celebrities. You got Beyonce doing it. You got Chris Brown doing it. Rihanna, random people on Instagram doing it. You see, Beyonce, Chris Brown, Rihanna. But they don't know what they're doing. Yeah, they basically do know what they're doing. But the other people, the random people that do this, they don't know what they're doing. They're just being enticed by a spirit and they're taking it over, and they don't know what they're calling upon themselves, you know. They don't know what the actual meaning of this gesture is, because this gesture goes back to Kali, which is the Lord of Death, which is the goddess of death. This is a Wikipedia. Kali. Kali, also known as Kalika or Shayama, is a Hindu goddess. Kali is the chief of the Mahavidyas, a group of 10 tantric goddesses. And if you read this, Kali, goddess of time, creation, destruction, and power. So this, what they're doing, represents destruction and power. You know, basically what these celebrities are showing. They show that they have power and that they are actually in league with destroying these people with their music. Look at all of this. You see, these are Snoop Dogg's children. Here, here, here. And then you have him. Do you see the difference between him and the rest of the children? You see, all of the children, they look just normal, like, you know, not having any facial weird expressions. But then you have him. And do you see what type of emotion that represents? That's rebellion, man. You see that he's rebellious. He's rebellious more than these other children. Look at this. It's not a good thing to stick your tongue out, man. We as Israelites, we as Hebrew Israelites, you know, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we don't do this. Because if you do this, you know, it's a sign of disrespect. You know, it's a sign of rebellion. See, this is the so-called Lord Goddess Kali, where she has Shiva under her subjection. You see? Let me read further about this. Kali's earliest appearance is that of a destroyer of evil forces. She is the most powerful form of Shakti, a goddess of one of the 4 subcategories of the Kala Marga, a category of Tantric Safism. Yeah, but let me just jump into this part. This is what I wanted to read. This Kali is often portrayed standing or dancing on her consort, the Hindu goddess Shiva, who lies calm and prostrate beneath her. Kali is worshipped by Hindus throughout India and Nepal. You see, so these heathens, they worship this image. The heathens do this. You see, it's not for the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. So this is Shiva, which is also the goddess of destruction. And then you have here the goddess of, what was it? the goddess of destruction and power. We click on Shiva. Which says Supreme Being, Lord of Divine Energy, Meditation, Arts, Yoga, Time, Destruction, Dance, Supreme Destroyer of Evil, Lord of the Devas, Goddess. You see? Divas. You know how these women, they call themselves divas? This also goes into Hinduism. Diva are benevolent supernatural beings in the Vedic era literature with Indra above as their leader. The above gilt copper statue of Indra with inlaid precious stones in from 16th century Nepal. So this is a translation of diva, heavenly, divine, anything of excellence, donor of knowledge or resources. Gone. Divas along with Asuras, Jakshas, nature spirits, and Rakshasas, ghoulish ogres, are part of Indian mythology, and divas feature in many cosmological theories in Hinduism. You see? So these females of ours, of the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, they're partaking in rituals of these heathens without them even knowing it, you know? Yeah, man, but not to go off topic. See, it's a demonic spirit. This is what our people are taking over. Look at this. And Esau, he's slick with it, man. He comes with these so-called emojis and, you know, with all these satanic gestures. That's not good, man. You see, this is what the devil himself, Esau, loves doing, loves portraying. Blood on the tongue, sticking out the tongue. These are gargoyles. Look at that. You see, you can't tell me that this is a good spirit. Demon tongue, don't trust what they say. See, and these are on buildings also. Look at this. And it also has a sexual tension about it when females do this nowadays, you know, because there's nothing new under the sun. Wanna see my tongue and throat on video? Look at that shit. Yeah, man. But without further ado, I'm gonna jump straight into the scriptures. This is Isaiah 57, verse 3. But draw near hither, ye sons of sorcerers, the seed of the adulterer and the whore. You see, so it's already telling you what people do these things. Sons of sorcerers, the seed of adulterers and of the whore. Those are the type of children that do these things. They're children of these people, of sorcerers, of witchcraft, of adulterers, of whores. Verse 4, against whom do ye sport yourselves, against whom make ye a wide tongue, and draw out the, make ye a wide mouth, and draw out the tongue. Are ye not children of transgression, a seed of falsehood, inflaming yourselves with idols under every green tree, slaying the children in the valleys under the clefts of the rocks? You see, inflaming yourself with idols under every green tree. That's the Bohemian Groves, man. That's worshipping of these trees. You know, that's part of their witchcraft. Slaying the children in the valleys under the clefts of the rocks. And that's the hype what's going now in Hollywood also, you know, because everybody in Hollywood is under a microscope, that they are kidnapping children, that they're trafficking children and then killing them for their adrenochrome. You know, that's when you make these children so scared, or right before you kill them, then their blood is filled with adrenaline, and then they drink that blood, to keep them young. These are the actions these people do in Hollywood, you know, and that's why this COVID-19 had to pop off as quick as it did, because Hollywood was under the microscope, was under the attention, but now everything is diverted to COVID. Everybody's attention is onto that, but we see what's really happening. And other people, these whistleblowers, they also keep their eye on these people in Hollywood. Gone. But that's what they do. They sacrifice children. They drink children's blood for the adrenochrome, to say that's the so-called fountain of youth. You see how these people in Hollywood, they don't get older. This is why. Gone. Let me go into a precept real quick, because if you look at this spirit, that's a spirit of somebody that doesn't listen, somebody that is very contrary onto what is good. So this is, let me go to the book of 1 Samuel 15, verse 23. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Because thou hast rejected the word of Yahweh Basham Yahushai, he had also rejected thee from being king. You see, so rebellion is as a sin of witchcraft. That's why in the other scripture, this is compared to a rebellious nation. A rebellious nation, they do all these things that are contrary unto Yahweh Basham Yahushai. Going back to Isaiah 57, verse 6. Among the smooth stones of the stream is thy portion. They are thy lot. Even to them hast thou poured a drink offering. Thou hast offered a meat offering. Should I receive comfort in these? Upon a lofty and high mountain hast thou set thy bed. Even thither wentest thou of the offer sacrifice. Gone. So this is talking about the witchcraft that they're doing in the smooth stones. That's what they use for their witchcraft also, Gone. So that was just a point I wanted to make with this rebellious spirit of sticking the tongue out, what is going around right now, So Lord willing, this video is edifying, and I want to say Kal Halal Yamla, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham Reka Kodash, and Shalom Makim.